Ja, hallo und willkommen zurück bei Nachtmahlstraum mit Vampire. Wir sind in Whitechapel angekommen und sollen für die Lady, dessen Namen ich vergessen habe, herausfinden, wer sie erpresst. Das werden wir hier wohl hoffentlich zustande bekommen. Ich bräuchte ein bisschen Load. Große Pillendose.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. If she's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Goodbye, young.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Son, you'll understand. You've wasted your life away. What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Mhm.
What can you tell me about this?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Whatever the boy did...
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just faked me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Na, hat sie leicht gehabt, ne?
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible... Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Okay.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Was hat's dann so im
I'd like to
Angebot?
see what kind of medicine you...
Das geht jetzt so. Hart verdientes Geld gebe ich dafür nicht aus.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Und die Frage, wie ich das anstellen soll.
No one's there.
Vielleicht gibt es einen Hintereingang, den ich irgendwie betreten kann oder auch nicht. Ja, schlecht sieht das hier aus. Soll ich dann bitte rausfinden, was der macht, wenn ich ihn nicht mal sehe? Da ist er ja.
A strange man was at the door where the pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the
Gehen wir
church
die mal
they just
suchen.
mentioned.
Price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Welcome, sir. Please,
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to...
Doctor. Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis.
Have you heard of a
Nurse.
Ich weiß ja schon, wo sie ist.
Yes,
Lord,
that...
your precious
How is business?
business. It's no...
As-
William.
What?
Yeah,
What?
when the close...
Muss mir das alles anhören.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist. I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of an...
Or
Could you please...
He's a knight.
Mache ich nur der Vollständigkeit halber.
According to you,
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
this part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Klingt fast so, als würde es gleich hell werden. Ah, ist ja noch ein Vogel.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed.
A scientist? You are much...
Do you...
Ja, ja.
So you're...
Not
Komm.
What?
before...
What do you mean when you say...
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answer...
Or
Quite a...
are you...
What do you...
We
What... Tell me. You're
My
Joseph.
Vicar...
What...
Or
Quite...
are you...
Ah,
Well,
As a
what...
the big...
Good
hat schon geholfen. Ich weiß jetzt mehr.
Have you...
No.
You...
As...
Und noch
I've
eine
had enough for
Untersuchung.
tonight.
You look... Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Tell me about it.
Are you...
You
don't...
Goodbye, Miss.
Ich muss Clayton noch in diesem Bereich finden. Das könnte er sein.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, I'm new to White.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
What is he?
Ich gehe mal schnell hier alles durch, damit ich mit der Quest vorwärts komme.
What is it?
Have you any?
I've had to.
Ich muss alle Optionen aus... Na.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye.
Okay. Dann suchen wir mal hinter der Kirche. Und den Briefkasten. Na super, Gegner. Wie sie mich so nerven. Das gibt's doch nicht. Sterbe ich da echt an dieser Stelle, ja? Weil auf immer 3 Stück waren. Die ganze Zeit waren es nur einer. Dann spawnen da noch 2. Hat mich voll überrascht. So ein Dreck. Das musste jetzt sein, ne? So ein Mist. Das ärgert mich so sehr gerade, dass ich da gestorben bin. Das glaubt ihr nicht. Diesen blöden Mistviechern. Ich dachte eigentlich, das Kampfsystem hätte ich langsam so ein bisschen raus, ne? Aber nö, ich lasse mich da voll abschlachten. Haben sie mich echt dran gekriegt. Mit etwas Glück starte ich da in der Nähe wieder. Tue ich auch. Die Ladezeiten, wenn man stirbt, sind doch heftig, ne? Hier sieht man ganz genau, es ist nur ein einziger Mob. Jetzt spawnen noch mehr. Diese blöde Attacke da, ne? Oh. Gibt's doch gar nicht, ey. So ein miese Viecher. Warum sind die überhaupt hier? Nur zum Briefkasten gehen hinter der Kirche.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best...
Really?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott.
Das gehe ich auch noch gerade der Vollständigkeit halber durch. Damit ich die Informationen über ihn habe, die ich brauche. Na! Drück den falschen Knopf, weil ich zu schnell hier durch flutsche.
I'm looking for Dorothy. What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'll leave you alone.
Oh, Camellia, the silent power of Whitechapel. Angel made flesh.
Jetzt muss ich den Briefkasten noch finden. Wo bist dann du? Kennen wir dich schon? Ich glaube nicht. Na, sprich mit mir. Ja, wie kann ich mit dir nicht reden? Carmella.
Good evening, men. I know what you're thinking. I know you understand what I'm saying. Very well.
Die ist stumm.
Hello again, miss.
Ah, wollte ich doch nicht. Ich wollte das Briefchen da.
Very well.
Manchmal ist das Spiel wirklich sehr empfindlich, was das betrifft. Vor allem das glänzt. Camilla haben wir voll. Mir fehlen noch 3 Charaktere hier. Oh oh. Sind ja hier lange nicht fertig.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to end.
Es tut mir so leid, dass ihr einige Monate lang nichts von mir gehört habt. Die Lage in London war schwierig. Ich weiß, es klingt vielleicht egoistisch und töricht, wenn ja meine Kinder noch in einem Land leben. Ja, ja.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Ich könnte dir was gegen deine Erschöpfung geben. Warum kann ich... Ich kann dir nichts geben. Na, das geht nicht. Ich kann mir das nur durchlesen. Medizinische Untersuchung, aber...
Clayton Darby claims he will...
I believe Clayton's...
What?
How...
Warum kann ich dir nichts geben gegen deine Erschöpfung? Wenn du schon erschöpft bist. Ich würde dir nur gern was dagegen geben.
Goodbye, Miss.
Price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Fancy pop.
You never... It...
No.
Goodbye for now.
Ich muss mit allen nochmal reden.
You again.
Mit dem habe ich wohl nichts. Versuch mal ins Haus zu kommen erstmal.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Darius Peterson's house.
If you want to talk,
we've not been formally...
I am Darius Petrescu.
She's... Tell it. I
don't be...
You... Tell it. But...
No.
How did you... Goodbye, Mr.
Ja, ja. Ich und meine Schnelldurchläufe hier. Machen wir wenigstens mal die Bude noch leer.
It's locked.
Okay.
It's locked.
It's locked. So. Den Zugang haben wir für immer. Dorothy wird wohl hier irgendwo sein. Da oben ist sie. Ich mache jetzt eine kleine Pause an der Stelle. Im nächsten Part unterhalten wir uns mit der Dame mal. Ich danke euch fürs Zuschauen. Macht's gut. Bye.